Welcome back to Commodity Champions. And the union budget is just 1 week away. What do the new age retailers want from the finance minister? Well, joining us now is Manu Patni, is MD and CEO of Epitome Lux Labs. Manu, hi, thank you so much for joining us. Well, everybody has an ask from the finance ministry, and I'm assuming that retailers, the new age ones, also would need something in sense of an environment for them to grow. We keep talking about Make in India, and we keep talking about taking the Indian brand global. Would you think that the finance minister would be looking at this one thing this time?
Good afternoon, Manisha ji, and good afternoon to the viewers. Yes, to the specific point that you just made, absolutely and certainly hope so. There have been the right sound bites, and there have been the right communication sets from the powers to be. So, see, first of all, let us just look at the policy framework and the ecosystem that we have in front of us. We know, and it sounds almost cliched now, that over the last decade or so, the overall policy framework has been super supportive for the legacy businesses, for the new age retailers, for the startups, all alike. A lot of good work has been done already. So we see a tremendous amount of energy in the startups, businesses, up and coming. But how do we take it forward? So the idea that we hope that we can move towards is, and Shri Piyush Goyal ji also kind of mentioned this last week, that how do we create higher value add, more premium products, out of India? And I must say that there is already a credible and sizable demand which has been formed within India for the new age retailers, specifically in the discretionary consumer space. We are all enjoying the macroeconomic growth dividend. So how do we take that demand strata that we already are working with, since there is a credible size in place now? How do we take those products and services that we are already having to the global premium shelves? So if we can have a legal, a regulatory, as well as a classification framework, which allows for a higher value add, like an Indian design, Indian workmanship, more bespoke, more customized products, the artisanal India, if you can call it, of course, it would require a lot of discussion from within the relevant sectors. People like sectoral experts would have to weigh in. But how can we bring all of that together? Maybe government can help us with a policy framework, because that artisanal India brand is not only going to have more and more employment generation, work towards a Make in India direction, but it is finally an idea whose time has come. Why do we only want to talk about the Parisian, the French ateliers or the Italian design houses? There is incredible demand locally already for bespoke premium products. And if the kind of retailers that we talk to, the global premium retailers, there is a tremendous inclination from their side as well to pull in all those higher order products from India and showcase it on their premium shelves. So that is the direction that we really hope, coming back to the earlier point, that we can work towards.
Oh, yes, yeah. So, Manu, I do understand that you already are working with an Epitome program as well to ensure that you can take the Indian brands global, also scale these businesses up. How are you working on this one? What is in it for them? And what kind of support would you want from the government as you do this?
Absolutely. Manisha ji, if I were to give you a brief glimpse of the Epitome program, so this program pulls in a lot of capabilities, funding support. If I were to just spend a moment on funding support, in the first cohort, we are looking to spend in the immediate short-term basis around 400 to 500 crore rupees to support these new age retailers. And over and above this funding support, there is a lot of deep operational capabilities that we are looking to deploy through a disintermediated technology platform, which is in a plug-and-play format for these retailers. And over and above this, there is a global market access that we are looking to provide to them. And this program is backed by large corporate houses who are globally the largest within their domain, within the B2B subsegment of luxury retail. So having all those capabilities, if you kind of put them all together in a mash, that is the Epitome program. And it is focused towards, as you mentioned, towards the new age retailers who have done a tremendous job over the last 5 to 10 years. But how do we take what they have done already, leverage upon their existing achievements? Because if you see general consumer discretionary retail, there is no entry barrier. We need to keep on moving up the premiumization curve, keep on moving up the value chain. So this program brings all those capabilities which are required to achieve that, to create a much higher customer lifetime value for them and have a sustainable value addition for the long term. And what is it that we look from the government? We think that a support and labeling and an enablement framework for a premium artisanal India product, if we can bring in the global best practices, standardization frameworks, and have a classification mechanism, we are certainly looking at a deca USD billion opportunity here. And that really works well from an employment generation perspective and taking Indian products to the global premium shelves.
Oh, well, absolutely. Well, that's taking the Indian brand global and, of course, scaling those businesses and the kind of environment that the government can create on that. Manu Patni, thank you so much for joining us with that sense. Well, those are various representations and requests and suggestions that have been made to the finance minister as she reads out that budget that we will hear in the next week. But with that, that's all the time that we have on Commodity Champions. Thank you for watching.